A Sudden Case of Christmas is a good film. It's not as fun and light as I expected it to be, based purely on the marketing, the poster for this. But it is a good film. This was released in 2024. It's directed by Peter Chelsom and it's written by Chelsom and Tinker Lindsay. And we have a cast including Danny DeVito, which is definitely what drew me to this, but I watch every Christmas film anyway. I would have watched it sooner rather than later, but I definitely prioritised this because of DeVito. We also have Lucy DeVito, Andie MacDowell, and Antonella Rose as Claire. And Claire is a young girl who is taken to Italy to visit her grandfather. And basically, her parents have taken her there because her parents are getting a divorce and she has a good bond with her grandfather. She feels safe in this environment and they feel like that's the best place to tell her. And her grandfather, DeVito's character, Lawrance, did make a good point. You're going to take her to her happy place and tell her something devastating and life-altering, thereby tainting that place. I kind of had to agree with him, but nevertheless, this is what they do. And obviously, she's struggling with this, but then she decides she wants one last happy Christmas together. Now it's summer. They take her there in summer, but they decide, mostly with her grandfather's encouragement, that if this is what's going to help her through it, so be it. And the family come together and have this fake Christmas. That does sound like it's going to be really fun and jolly and lighthearted, but actually, there are moments like that. And there's definitely comedy in this. But we have a lot of heaviness as well. Obviously, a family going through a separation is always going to be difficult, but we have other character relationships as well. And I think they got the balance right of having a lot of serious moments while also bringing in some comedy. But it definitely isn't as lighthearted as purely the poster. And that's all I had to go on. The poster made me believe. So that's just worth bearing in mind, that if you're not necessarily in the mood for something that has a heaviness to it, I'd say save it until you're in the mood for that, and I think you'll enjoy it a lot more. But it is a really enjoyable film. The characters are all really likeable. And I have to say my two favourites are Lawrence and Claire. I thought they were both fantastic. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Definitely not what I was expecting, but thankfully I was in the right frame of mind for this kind of film anyway, so I certainly didn't mind it. And honestly, I have no complaints. There are some really great moments, some really strong scenes. My favourite scene, well, no, that's probably a stretch. It's probably not my favourite, but there's a scene that I loved really early on because Claire's other grandparents are brought over so the whole family can be together, and they're at the airport, but they have loads of Christmas things with them. But of course, the people checking their bags at the airport are wondering, why on earth would somebody be taking Christmas things over in August? And it was just funny. I liked how it played out. There were a lot of small moments like that were definitely light and funny. And then we have some more serious conversations with characters as well. Really good film. Really thoroughly enjoyed it. Maybe not necessarily what I expected, but it still works really well. If you're looking for a well-written narrative with a nice amount of Christmas in it, some really great characters and performances, and definitely some comedy in there too, A Sudden Case of Christmas is one that's definitely worth watching.